All right, Crush, here's your third video of the week. I apologize for the long videos. I know they've been long videos this week. I didn't mean yesterday's workout to go so long, video to go so long, not workout, video. And today's might also. So today, we're talking about everybody's favorite thing, the weight belt. This, let me just lead off by saying this is not a safety net. This does not prevent you from getting back injuries. Quite the opposite. This probably helps you injure your back more so than save your back. I see a lot of people, again, going back to the workout last week, we had 25 front squats at a light weight, and it was only 25 reps. I saw these floating around the gym. Excuse me, what the fuck do you need this for 25 front squats? You do not need this for 25 front squats at a light weight. This is doing you a disservice. Let me tell you why. We already have a weight belt built into our body. It's called your core. If you use your core muscles, not just your six pack, but your obliques and all your muscles stay tight when you lift, that is supporting your spine. Not this. This does not support your spine. There's a couple ways we can describe this. One, when you take a big breath in, there's a couple places you can put that bubble of air. You can take that bubble of air, I can puff up my chest and suck in my gut. That is not supporting your core. That is one place you can put the bubble of air. Another place is you can suck it in and make your tummy nice and fat. That is engaging your core, filling your core, engaging those ab muscles, and helping you support your spine. One thing I've picked up a long time ago is if you put your hands in your obliques here, let me see if I can stand back, and if I can, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I'm contracting my oblique muscles. If you can contract those, it's hard to do it and talk. If you can push those out and tighten that core, that's what supports your spine. I'm not 100% believer, but I'm a firm believer that almost everybody in here should never wear a weight belt. We are not professional lifters. We are recreational exercisers. I know I do this stuff. The main reason I do it is so I can go play with my kids and hopefully live a long life with my kids. Another reason I do this and why I bought the gym is because I want to help other people achieve the same thing. I also enjoy watching people lift things they've never lifted before. The look on somebody's face when they set a deadlift PR or a squat PR or whatever the case is, their first pull-up is amazing. I've seen some amazing things in here. I always remember one guy that when he ran his very first mile without walking and how proud he was. That's amazing to me. Seeing people do that stuff is amazing, and I enjoy that. Had a couple recently, they're just amazing things. That's one of the reasons. But, so we're not doing this, we're not trying to set world records at the deadlift. We're not trying to set world records at the squat. Maybe some of us would like to, some people in here would like to compete in strongman type competitions or powerlifting meets, in which case maybe we're lifting maximal weights, or maybe a weight belt gives you something as a tool to get there. I don't think it's coincidence that many people that come to the gym that have back issues use weight belts. A lot that do not have back issues do not use weight belts. Just think about that for a second. Why? They're using their core muscles, they're lifting within their means and supporting themselves with their core muscles to lift those weights. I would encourage you to try not to use a weight belt as long as you can, not for a 95-pound front squat. I also see people when so let's talk about how to use it. What's the point of a weightlifting belt? The point of the weightlifting belt is it gives you a tactile cue, something you can touch and feel to push your abs against. You're supposed to suck your gut in, wrench that thing super, super tight, and then when you lift, you take your abs and you push against that belt. So again, the belt is just trying to get your mind or your body to feel those abs push against that belt. What I was just talking about a second ago, your abs are pushing out, you're setting that core and tightening that core and pushing those obliques out, pushing those abs out. The belt gives you something to feel yourself push against. But if you suck it in and then you stay sucked in and think, well, I got a belt on, I just need to stay sucked in because it made my waist nice and small like a corset, that is not using your core, that is leaving your back exposed. I don't care how many weight belts on, how big the weight belt is, how many notches, I don't care how fancy it is. I don't care that 2 Pood says it'll save your back. I don't care about any of that stuff. It's not going to work. You need to use your core to support your back. I see people put it on and they go to lift, and I see space between the belt and their body. Now it's definitely not doing it. It's doing absolutely zero for you. I think this also starts to apply towards wrist wraps, knee sleeves, a lot of that stuff. I use this stuff very sparingly because I want to make sure I can lift without the help of something else. When I go out and help somebody move, when I go and play with my kids, I'm not going to lace up a weight belt, some knee sleeves, and a wrist wraps. I'm going to go out and function as a human without that stuff. And I want to be able to function as a human without that stuff in here. Now, there are people that stuff they need it and it's going to help. I'm not going to say it's a all for naught. Nothing in here, nothing's black and white, right? Nothing in this world is black and white. There's always some gray in there. But if you grab a weight belt and immediately do some light squats, some light snatches, whatever the case is, light deadlifts, don't. Use it for what it's intended for when it gets really, really heavy. But up until then, practice using that core to brace yourself before you squat. Core to brace yourself before you deadlift. I could, and maybe I will, I don't know the last video, what causes back issues. It's not in here very often. It's what you're doing outside of here that's causing those back issues. I have a lot of people, not a lot of people, I've had a few people that say, oh, I hurt my back because I do CrossFit. And then they take a month or two off and their back still hurts. It's not because you're doing CrossFit, it's because you're doing something else out of here that's hurting your back. I have people in the same boat that said, that their elbows hurt, their shoulders hurt, whatever the case is, and they lay off for months and months. I have one member that unfortunately left because her wrist wouldn't get better. And I messaged her the other day, it's been 3 months, her wrist is still not better. CrossFit is not what's doing it. It's what you're doing outside of the gym that's doing it. We spend 1 hour a day in here doing things. You spend 23 hours a day out there doing other things. And if you only come to the gym 3 or 4 days a week, the majority of your time's out there. That's what's causing issues, not what's going on here. Anyway, weight belts. I know people love them. I know it's like they're pacifiers. They're a little binky. They need that when they come lift. But try to lay off them a little bit. You'll see a difference in the long run. Have a good day.